Yes, the boys, welcome back to another video. I know it is weird lighting. We're starting in Santa Claus mode again, sending the rest of the hoodies off. So last video was a little bit random. This video is a little bit random again, but it is a Friday night. It is a wild Friday night, boys. We are going to the post office and we've got a good 2 boxes to send off. So the woman is probably going to be thinking, what the hell is this lad doing? But I'm waiting on Lucy. I need to be productive. The boys are waiting for their hoodies and the tees. So let's go get them sent. This is from the last one. And then we've got all of these other ones to do. So let's go send out. Actually, I'm repping. Let's get them sent. I must be so annoying, boys, right? Literally, no joke, a queue of 10 people behind me. That took so long. I think they're wondering what the hell I'm doing. Like, I've just sent literally God knows how many hoodies off, and they're like, I don't know, I'd just be thinking, what the hell is this lad doing on Friday? But they were actually sound, to be fair. It's nice to know people have still got a bit of banter. Everyone was laughing at me, so it was an eventful Santa shift there. But we're all good, we're all sent off. So boys, if you're waiting for your hoodies, by the time you watch this, they are on the way. Apologies, it took a little bit longer than expected, but it does take genuinely absolutely ages to send them off, which, to be honest, I didn't know. But now we're at Aldi, we're gonna go get the essentials, and then I've got some form analysis to do. So if you follow me on the socials, you'll see me doing that all the time. So I'll break down what I actually do when I go form analysis. So form analysis, basically what I do is I get the boys' training footage up on WhatsApp, usually on my laptop, and then I break it down and go through it. So I'll watch all the sets and then I'll try and be literally as harsh as I can, because yes, if it's like a very good set, I'll let them know it's a very good set, but they're not sending it to me just for me to tell them it's great. They're sending it to me for me to be able to actually correct their form, and then they can improve. So I will show you Callum's now. So as you can see, I've not watched this yet. I'm sure he'll be all right with watching them. Callum, if you watch this, thank you for being the example there. Get Callum's sets here. We'll give them all a watch through, and then I will just voice note him his response. And he is newer to the team. Same webs as me, I like that a lot. And he's making some great progress so far, so it just goes to show just how important this is. Yes, Cal, right mate, thank you for those. We're actually recording a YouTube video, mate, as we go through them. So if you do watch that in the future, mate, you will see me going through these exact form videos, bro. So with your shoulder press, mate, now it's really, really good, Cal. We've got good control. You can see that bench isn't too high. Upper arm path is brilliant, mate. Do you see how it's just slightly tucked in? It's not directly out next to that shoulder joint, right? So it's going to be a much more comfortable position there to press in. Just once we've leaned back there, just keep locked. It's going to avoid them cables trying to pull that upper arm back or pulling you back, right? I don't want it to feel like it's pulling you back into the cable too much. So if you set that in front of you, just set your hips back, keep your chest slightly over your hips, and then as long as we don't lean back as we drive through, Cal, and keep that control. So just think about getting that side delt short and then pausing. All around, bro, really, really good. So you can see it's just those little bits to think about, and this will make a massive difference. So if Cal sends me this session again, then we'll see exactly the change we've made, and then we'll keep on improving that, and I guarantee you his physique will just level up with that then. Whilst we're on the topic of coaching, if you are interested at all, you just want to have a chat with me in here on Zoom, fill in the application form that is linked in the description of every single video, and it's on my page and it's in the bio of all socials. I'll be in touch with an application response the same day, and then we'll literally just have a chat, boys. You're not committed to anything. Yes, the boys, it is time to pull up the desk, and if there's anything I'm terrible at, it's putting up a desk. So you can all laugh at me. But this is the office. We've got the sign, and that is what today's job is. So you can watch me absolutely butcher it, boys. Right boys, so Q&A time. I've just gone over the questions because obviously I'm going to be driving, so I'm pretty sure I've got them locked in. I've got a few from my clients who we'll start with. Well, actually the first one was not one of my clients, but it was about the podcast that I keep banging on about. So that has always been a big goal of mine, and that is something that I think I will definitely get cracking with. As soon as I'm into the house, like we've fully moved in, me and Lucy aren't like fully in yet. Most of our stuff is there, but probably got another week and then we're in. That is definitely something that I want to get going. I think starting with that just on my own and getting cracking with that, and then I think eventually being at somewhere where I could actually get people on to my podcast. That is something like podcasts are the number one thing I spend my time watching, listening to, like all day I have something on. Like when I'm working I have a podcast on, when I'm driving I'll put a podcast on. Like podcasts are like my main thing. I think you can pick so much up from them, mentally, just entertainment. I've got ones like I listen to some podcasts about UFC, like it's nothing to do with the gym. Like sometimes I want a little bit of a break from the gym. Some are just on mindset, some are on health, some are on just training alone. Like I've listened to hour-long podcasts on just leg training or just chest training. So to actually have my own would be unreal, and that is definitely something that I am very, very interested in doing. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one, because I think me just going through answering questions like I'm doing now, like literally just set up in a podcast format, answering questions, I think that would be sick, and I think people would enjoy listening to that each week. I think I could make that worthwhile, worth your time, especially if I was answering questions that you've asked as well and going through those topics. So definitely something. I got another question from Nav, who is one of my clients in Toronto. Shout out Nav. He is in Miami right now, and he's been flying. I think we're 14 pounds down to start. So first box is ticked off. Now Nav asked me what's the best rate, what's like an ideal rate to gain in a gaining phase, like staying leaner and not getting too sloppy. So I'm going to be taking Nav through his gaining phase. So essentially what we need to do is just get those last little bits of body fat off. We might see when we reverse food up a little jump up initially in that scale, which we're happier to, you know, make sure he's feeling good, healthy. Like, so it might be a little bit faster to start with. Along then, when we're just growing, a nice 0.2 per week would be perfect. That's where I found. Now, are you going to be able to be like, even if you're bang on, can you keep that like to a set, just 0.2 per week? No. Like 1 week, you might have a jump up of 0.6 of a kilo, and then you have to hold there, right? So like with a lot of my guys now, any of my clients watching will obviously relate to this, because say somebody will check in and they're 0.8 of a kilo heavier, all we'll do is try and hold there for that week then. So that week, technically, we're not gaining anything. We're just holding that weight, locking that in, and then we're pushing on from there. So those are the little things that we have to go through, and that's completely normal. So it's never gonna be like that set number per week. That's just never gonna be the case. But if it was averaged out, 0.3 of a kilo per week would be pretty much bang on. So you're looking at half a pound a week up would be solid. And then Lewis has asked me what my top 10, if I had to have 10 movements that I could just run, that's it, what would I pick? I've not thought about this one, so this is literally off the dome. Obviously your compounds would play a big part. So if this was literally for me, say I wanted to look as good as possible with just 10 movements, so I would have in probably a stiff leg deadlift, because then hams, glutes, and I'm gonna get some good back work in as well. That would be like a good staple. So I'd go with a stiff leg. I'd go with a pendulum squat for my squat pattern because I absolutely love a pendulum squat. So I'd go with a pendulum squat. To be honest, I'd probably leave legs with that. I think I could maintain my legs, which I'd be pretty happy with if I only had 10 movements, and I think I could still grow them. Good pendulum, good stiff leg, get strong at those. We'll go with those two. Third one, I'd want a good preacher curl. The prime preacher curl is my favorite. Fourth one, just a normal cable tricep extension. Fifth, we need a good chest press. So I'd probably go with good incline press. I like the prime press, and the gym is getting the pin loaded one soon. So I'm thinking maybe that, maybe. So I'd have a incline chest press. I'd probably keep that as my press and hope to get some delt work from that. I'd have a nice machine lateral raise, so we'll go with the prime lateral. That's 6. I'd then have the chest supported prime row. That's 7. Probably one more for back, a lat pull down. Probably the plate loaded Nautilus lat pull down. That's 8. Then what would we go with? I'd probably throw in a leg extension in there, so then we can keep growing the wheels. And then, so if I've got an incline press, I'd take that for delts and chest, and then I'd probably have another flat press. I'd have a flat chest press, I'd have flat Nautilus. Those would be my 10. I think if you had them 10 and you smash them and progress them, you'd be flying. You'd be in a good spot there. So that's my 10. Tough question, Lewis, that. And then I had a few people message me about the Bulletproof 90 days, which is going live on the 1st of January. So 12 weeks to start the year, get everything bulletproof. That is the absolute goal, right? It's training, nutrition, your mindset, everything locked in, bulletproof. That's gonna come with the physique changes you want. That's gonna come with the mental changes you want. That's gonna come with everything. So if you are interested in that, then literally message me Bulletproof and I will be in touch with you. Or the link to apply for coaching is always in the description of the video. So just literally click that. The next question was, what are my goals for YouTube? Obviously we hit 1K subscribers, so thank you very much, absolute legends if you subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you've watched this video, please subscribe. It does help me out an absolute ton. We got the 1K and we're gonna keep that moving. So I think a good goal for this year, what do we reckon? I don't know, I'm not sure. The videos are gonna keep coming. We wanna say at least 5K. I think at least 5K now, that would be a good solid spot. If I can get 5K subscribers 2024, I think that's gonna be the goal. 5K, locked in with that. So drop me a like, drop me a comment, boys, I appreciate it. And subscribe and follow the journey. It's the journey to 2K first, but then we're chasing 5. So 2K as quickly as we can, but we're coming for 5K. So let me know what you want to see. That'll help me out a ton. And then we got, what are my goals for this year? So there's a lot. There's obviously like those ones there with the YouTube, with TikTok, with Instagram, like of course we're pushing all those. The main one is coaching, like always will be, to be the best coach I can possibly be, to have as much available for my guys. We've got the 12-week challenge to start the year. We've then got the first team photo shoot, which is gonna be huge. So I'm looking forward to that. So we've got a lot coming up with coaching, and that is just gonna be a massive year. And that's the main goal, to just make sure everybody is in a good spot, make sure we smash the year as a team and make sure that's absolutely flying. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up with Coach Coliseum. In terms of my own physique, grow. We are staying in this gaining phase. I am growing as much tissue as I can physically grow, and then we're going to be tidying up. But for the short term future, what I can see now is gaining phase. That is the absolute goal. Staying there, not rushing out of that, packing on the tissue. That is the absolute goal there, 100%. So I am off for legs now, boys. Thank you for the questions. I've answered the ones that I can remember because I don't want to go on my phone because I am driving. But we are off for legs. I'm going to get that absolutely drilled. Make sure you subscribe, boys, and I will catch you in the next one.